Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 53 of my show, but this is about Episode 56. And, but before I start talking about it, since we're on Episode 56, that means technically we've got, let's see, we got about 4 more videos left because counting this one, because we got 57, because counting this one, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 160. So 4 more episodes left of the 50 segment plus 160 episodes. So, oh, and also, again, I just want to mention a little thing. I will automatically start doing the second season on Netflix straight after, like a week after the final video is posted and stuff. I just wanted to get that out of the way. And one more teeny tiny little detail I want to mention is that we're 2 months, also one last thing I want to mention is the other Power Rangers series that I'll be doing after, actually I'm going to mention this about the final video. When I post the final video for the first season, I'm going to have to ask you guys what was your favorite video I posted when I do that final video. I just wanted to mention that as a little bit of a tiny favor. Anyway, but I will mention it again when I get to that episode. I just wanted to get that out of the way, since we're like 4 more videos away from it anyway. I just figured I'd mention it. Now enough getting off topic. This is History of Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 53 of my show, but this is about Episode 56. And Episode 56 in the original Power Rangers series is known as On Pins and Needles. Now, before I actually start talking about it, I just want to mention the reason why this episode is called On Pins and Needles is because the monster that the Rangers are gonna be fighting in this episode, and the monster that's gonna be technically this monster and the one that's in the second last video I'm gonna be doing for the first season are all, like, both of them are water-based monsters. I will explain about that when I get to the second last video, I mean. I wanted to get that out of the way. Now, basically what happens is Jason and Tommy are teaching a karate class in the youth center to their students, and they're basically mentioning about how they shouldn't use violence, like they shouldn't use their martial arts to solve a problem unless it's absolutely necessary. And then basically what happens is after that, what basically happens is Rita, and then basically they're teaching their class, and then Rita's looking at, then this goes into where Rita is on the moon. She's looking at them through a repulsoscope, and basically she's saying to them that they're like teaching karate and they're good friends because of it. And then basically what happens is Goldar said that this is a good opportunity well, Rita then decides that to send down her latest monster, which is called the Slippery. If I'm remembering correctly, the monster that the Rangers fight this time around is called the Slippery Shark Monster. As the name of this episode states, with the monster, I mean, it's a shark-based monster, but it doesn't swim in water. Anyway, and then basically, before they send it down, Golder said that they can use this as a chance to turn the Green and Red Rangers against each other, basically. And then that's when they decide to send a Slippery Shark down. And then basically what happens is, now I'm going to explain about the Slippery Shark monster. They do send it down, but not in its physical form right away, basically. Anyway, now I'm going to explain about what the Slippery Shark does. It's basically a monster that had this fin, and then once it's tossed at something, it'll cause a spell to be cast on whichever it's cast on, and it basically turns them against each other. So it's sort of like turning a friend into an enemy kind of thing. Sort of similar to what happened in the early segment of the first season with the Green with Evil 5-part episode, but under a different circumstance in this case. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Anyway, Jason and Tommy are, after that, they're in the park training, and then the putties start. Then basically what happens is Rita then sends the putties down to the park to deal with Jason and Tommy, and then basically what happens is after that, she said that what the putties start, the Slippery Shark monster will finish. And now basically what Rita's plan is to get rid of the two strongest Rangers on the team. In this case, Jason and Tommy, to basically make them fight against each other, make them enemies, and try to basically destroy the team from the inside out kind of thing, which is kind of a good tactical move in this case, because with two of the Rangers arguing against each other, their integrity is, tactically it makes sense, because with two Rangers arguing, it makes, in this episode, even though it's under a spell, it makes what happens a good tactical move in this case. So anyway, continuing on with what I was saying, after that, basically, Jason and Tommy start fighting the putties with the Slippery Shark monster's fin, which they use as like a boomerang. And then after a little while, the shark monster's fin that the putties were using as a boomerang hits both of them. And then they start fighting the putties a little bit more after that. And then basically what happens is after that, the putties manage to get away, but the only reason they get away this time is because what they were sent down to do has been accomplished. So in this case, it makes sense that they got away. So, and then after they get away, the Slippery Shark monster's spell that was attached with its fin takes effect, and then basically Jason and Tommy start arguing with each other, and then Jason said that basically while they're arguing, while they're under the spell, Jason said that if he doesn't like it, take off. The Power Rangers have been better off without him in it, and basically that's where that segment of the episode stops. And then basically what happens is, after that, then it goes into a scene where the rest of the Rangers, including Tommy and Jason in this episode, who are still, by this point, still under the spell caused by the slippery shark monster's fin, and one of the other Rangers is asking them how their class is going, and then Tommy says that he wouldn't know because he quit. And then the other Rangers wonder why he quit, and then Tommy says that Jason says that Tommy's a quitter, and that's what quitters do. And then after that, basically what happens is they keep arguing a little, and then Bulk and Skull manage to realize that, and they kind of cause them to basically fight each other, but then Miss Appleby shows up after that, and then to act all innocent in it, basically what happens is Bulk says to Miss Appleby in this episode that they were just trying to break it up, which isn't really true. They were kind of hoping it would go further than that. Now that's going to kind of play a hand in what's going to happen in the ending part of this episode and the ending part. I just wanted to mention that before I continued. Anyway, basically, after Miss Appleby said that she highly doubts that Bulk and Skull were trying to stop the fight, and basically, I'm guessing it might have been Kimberly who mentioned that Jason and Tommy were just thinking of new karate lessons to teach for their class, basically. And then Miss Appleby says that here's not the place to do it, which is kind of right. And then basically, then it goes into a scene, where Rita sends the slippery shark monster. Well, actually, then it goes into a scene where the Rangers are in the youth center, and then basically, Bulk is telling Jason and Tommy, who are still under the... Well, actually, what happens is, after that happened in the school, the slippery shark monster... Rita sent the slippery shark monster down to Earth, and then basically what happens is, after that, but because it was a slippery monster, it managed to slip out of Alpha's scanner's range a couple of times. And then basically what happens is, after that, then it goes into a scene where Tommy and Jason are in the youth center. And because by this point, Bulk and Skull had already paid tickets for people to see them fight each other. And then Bulk said that the only rule is there is no rules. And basically, what happens is, Zach is wanting to stop them from fighting. Well, Zach and the rest of the Rangers are wanting to stop Jason and Tommy from fighting, and that's basically when their communicators beep, and then, basically... the Rangers are telling Jason and Tommy that basically, because of the beep, they have an emergency that they have to deal with in the command center. And then basically, what happens after that is, Jason said that once the situation is done, they'll get back to what they were doing. But Bulk and Skull don't want them to because of the people paid tickets and stuff. But after they leave, the people are wanting their tickets back that they purchased, and then basically, Bulk says that the flight's been delayed, just hold on to their tickets, and they'll basically get out of there, which is basically they want to avoid the angry mob of people that have been caused because of Jason and Tommy, who are, like I said, they're still under the spell of the slippery shark monster at this point. And then basically what happens is after that, the Rangers, as well as Jason and Tommy, who again are still under the slippery shark monster spell, arrive in the command center, and then they're wondering what the situation is. And then basically Zordon is explaining that Rita sent down her slippery shark monster, which has the ability to move so fast that it can't be detected. And then after that, Jason and Tommy continue arguing a little more, and then basically what happens is Zordon informs them that their dislike of each other isn't their own. It's caused because of the slippery shark monster spell caused by his fin. And then Billy surmises that that was part of Rita's plan, which kind of tactically makes look, because as I stated before, it makes sense because if two of them, and then basically Billy basically says what I explained earlier, and by that I mean he explains in the episode about now that two of the Rangers are fighting against each other, Rita intends to destroy their team from within, and then basically, which again, as I stated, is kind of a good tactical move on this point. Anyway, basically what happens after that is the rest of the Rangers are wondering how they can break the spell, and then Zordon tells them that there's only one way they can. Jason and Tommy have to put their differences aside on how they feel about each other at the moment to deal with the monster, and then they're saying that they can handle it. And then basically, Jason said that he's going to take this one, and then Tommy said that doesn't even think about it. So he and Tommy both morph to their Ranger forms in order to deal with the slippery shark monster. And then after they're in their Ranger forms, they make this little bet on who can defeat the slippery shark. Basically, Tommy's segment of the bet is if he wins, he becomes the leader of the Power Rangers. And Jason's segment of the bet is that if he wins, Tommy has to turn in his power coin. And then after that, they're fighting the slippery shark monster separately a bit. And then after that, they start arguing a bit more. And then basically what happens is they come up with these two plans. If I'm remembering correctly, it might be Jason or Tommy's plan. One of those, they're two separate plans. One of them says that they have to attack from the air. I think that was Tommy that said that part. And Jason said they have to attack from the ground where the fin is up. And then they manage to... After that, basically what happens is the slippery shark manages to beat them after dealing with their plans separately, and then they decide to combine both their plans in order to defeat it. And after that, they're saying that to each other that they're kind of insulting the slippery shark about having to try to split them up. And then Billy realizes that he surmises that the slippery shark's spell has been broken on them, which is kind of true because they managed to resolve their differences, and which breaks the spell, because if the spell that was caused was a disagreement spell, it would make more sense that they would become friends again to break it. And then basically the rest of the Rangers come to help Jason and Tommy deal with the slippery shark, and then Rita makes the slippery shark monster grow, and then after that they battle the slippery shark and the Megazord, and then they manage to defeat it, and then Rita gets upset that she lost again, And then it goes back into a scene where the Rangers are in the youth center. And after that, what basically happens is Bulk and Skull are wanting Jason and Tommy to fight each other because of the fact that they gave people tickets to watch them fight, and if they don't, they're gonna be in trouble for not doing it. And then after that, that causes a little bit of a comedic ending with the episode, and then that's basically where this episode stops. So if you guys like this video when I post it, I am going to probably post it, not right now, but I am going to post it a little later once my battery on my iPad is charged enough. So if you guys like this video when I post it, just please give this video the real best you guys can, and I will see you guys probably sometime this coming week for the next video, maybe this Wednesday. But until then, guys, like I always tell you with this series, may the power protect you always.